you know, waking up early, going to bed late, like, and it goes back to what we talked about at first. Do you love what you do, right? Because if you don't love what you do, you're not gonna stay up to 4 a.m. working on it.
Yeah, that's true.
That's not gonna happen. Like you're gonna be, what the fuck am I doing to 4 a.m.? I'm going to sleep. But if you love what you do, like for me, I love what I do, so I work till 4 a.m. Like I remember like just going to sleep because of how tired I was, but I just kept going because I really wanted to progress. I really want to finish what I'm working on.
What's up, everybody? It's Chopping It Up with Booby. I'm here with my main man, Marco. Welcome to episode number 1.
How long were you cutting hair again?
For me, professionally, I've been cutting hair closer to 15 years.
Damn.
No, not professionally. Sorry, take that back. Professionally, 10 years.
Gotcha, 5 years.
5 years, just like, you know, basement barber stuff. Mm-hmm. But, you know, it's one of those progressions that...
Bro, 15 years is a long time.
Yeah.
That's like... You're a master at it.
I mean, isn't that what the thing, like 10,000 hours?
10,000 hours.
Yeah.
How much hours do you think you put into your craft?
I don't know if it's 10,000 hours, but I mean, if not 10,000, I'm close to.
Well, how many hours do you put in a month?
In a month?
Or a week?
I'll just say maybe like 50 hours, 60 hours a week.
50 hours a week?
Yeah. Just like on a normal, like on an average, I'll say.
So 200 hours a month.
Yeah.
So times 12, that's like...
a lot.
2,400 hours a year. So you've been doing this shit for like 15 years. That's 2,400. Yeah, bro. That's well over 10,000 hours.
But you know the crazy thing about cutting hair is if you want to really get good at this, like, there's always something new to learn. So even if I put that much hours in, it's not doing the same specific thing, right? Mm-hmm. So it varies. So like, it goes from like using scissors or cutting different types of textures. Because it wasn't like 10,000 hours I spent cutting
the same hair.
Yeah. So I guess I would say I'm a jack of all trades instead of not a master yet, because I feel like there's so much more I can still learn. And that's just me being like how I like to do my thing.
It's that student mentality.
Yeah,
bro.
yeah. Forever student.
Forever student. That's cool. So
yeah,
a lot of times people like when they learn something or when they master it, they think like they're the best and they stop learning. And then that's how they, if you're not learning, then and you're not growing, then you're dying. You're going the opposite way. So
that's true.
If you continue learning, that means you continue progressing, continue getting better.
I think that's with any industry or any profession too.
Yep.
It doesn't matter, because you could reach some type of peak or whatever, and I think from there you plateau, right? Because there's always a higher level you can get up to. Mm-hmm. There's always a next step, a next like what's that called? Rung on the ladder. You can always get to the next level. And like you said, like some people, they're content with just becoming a master of that thing, and then they become complacent.
Yep.
Like I don't want to be that, because I heard complacency kills.
Oh, it does.
So when I heard that, I was like,
you're a Marine, I ain't gonna get killed.
Like, no, fuck that. and on top of that, I was also like, you know, the same thing is just like, you know, it's cool to congratulate yourself every now and then, right? Give yourself a pat on the back, because, like, you get to a certain level or hit a certain goal, milestone, but then again, do you just want to live in that goal and that milestone for the rest of your life and shit? Like, I'd rather keep building and have a fucking yearbook full of, you know, milestones, and like be able to share that. Because like what you're doing, right? But except I'm just doing it a different way. You're actually like helping people. Like matter of fact, like helping me. You know what I'm saying? Like doing this right now. This is so crazy, dude. It's crazy to me. It's crazy. So how long you been doing this? This whole Mr. CEO stuff.
I've been a CEO for 7 years.
First of all, not a lot of people even say that.
So I've been a successful CEO for like 3, 2.
A lot of people can't say that either.
So, yeah, there's definitely, you know, a lot of years that went into like not getting the results, but just continue trying and continue like not stopping, like not letting any failure stop me. Just continue staying motivated and just grind. Because for me, it's not about one certain goal that I hit. It's like I'm a skateboarder, so I understand that I enjoy the process, the journey, not the destination. And so I think it's crucial, honestly. If you don't enjoy the process, like you enjoy cutting hair. Like you were telling me that when you see someone look at themselves in the mirror and they're like, oh, I'm looking fresh. Like you make them feel like that, and that feeling is that addiction to you where you're like, this is what I love.
Oh no, yeah, definitely.
So I feel like doing what you love is crucial for you to keep going.
It is, but also it's just like how you said, like you're a CEO for 7 years, right? And you said yourself that you've been successful for 2 years. Man, so that means the first 5 years you're eating shit.
Yeah.
So imagine, like, I don't know, maybe it's like 9 out of 10 people, if they're eating shit for maybe even a year, they're like, I'm done with this.
Sure.
I'm gonna go back to do whatever the fuck I was doing prior to this and do that. So that shit, to me, that sucks because you're killing your own dream, right? Mm-hmm. But I don't know, everyone to each their own too, yo. So it's hard to like tell people that you're that close to get to where you need to go.
Yeah.
So what was it that made you want to keep going after even like all that time? Like, you know, I guess you're just not in the place where you wanted to be.
The first word that comes to mind is purpose.
Oh, okay.
I feel like since before I started my whole entrepreneurial journey, like I got into meditation and I just got really tapped into why I'm here and like why I gotta do what I gotta do. And when I got tapped in to that purpose, I realized like nothing could stop me. Like no matter what happens, like I'm gonna get hit down and I'm just gonna keep getting back up. You know why? Because the people who stay down are the people who lose. The people who get back up will always be the champions, always be the winners. And I just classify myself as a champion. I'm like, yo, I'm gonna keep getting back up until I make it happen. So
that's crazy.
The mentality.
Like, that's the same thing I just said earlier. Like people get knocked down and they get discouraged so easily, so fast.
Yeah.
So for you to get up that many times or however many times, like what if it's okay to ask, like what was that? What was your purpose that you, or what ended up being your purpose?
So I think one of the things, before I touch on purpose, one of the things that helped me a lot on staying motivated and like getting back up and continue grinding was like programming my mind. Like I would listen to motivational audios, I would listen to positive affirmations. I would say like I am a successful entrepreneur, I am creating a $1 million business. Like I just kept saying this to myself and I kept listening to it every single day and it would motivate me. And when I was failing and I was listening to that, I would get pumped. And so I think that had a lot to do with me like just continue pushing. Mm-hmm. But to touch on my purpose, I feel like, you know, I was put on this planet to inspire and motivate others to stay motivated, to stay tapped into their why, and to continue grinding, because I feel like we're living in this very exciting time in humanity where our generation low-key has to kind of fix the world. like
no, not even low key. We have like, yo, it's
a high key thing.
Yeah, high key thing right now.
Yeah, I mean, like when I heard that in 2050, the way that the world's going now, in 2050 we're gonna run out of resources when it comes to food, agriculture, and water. I was like, damn, like I'm not gonna be able to have kids like the way my family had kids, you know, like. So that was a huge reason. Like I just really wanted to like use business to make an impact in the environment and in the world, and make sure it's sustainable, and make sure that I'm giving back to the right causes that are going to solve the problems that we're facing, you know, that's going to like, you know, push the needle in the right direction. So that's my purpose, is just how can I inspire the leaders and motivate the people that are going to change the world, because I want to change the world. And if we get more people like myself who want to change the world, and we give them the resources and we motivate them and we inspire them to continue growing, then this world's going to, you know, push in the right direction.
No, but that's such an important thing, because that's not gonna just happen overnight either, right? Shit like that happens over time. So it's like you gotta build
a legacy.
Yeah.
Like if I die, I know I'm gonna leave a legacy that the next generations are gonna be like picked up and be like, this is what we need to do, you know? So it definitely takes a lot of time, and that's why it's a journey. Like it's not gonna come to an end. I'm gonna go as far as I can until the end of my life, and happy as fuck knowing when I'm on my deathbed that I did everything that I feared and everything that I at one point doubted. And so that's what drives me, you know?
Yo, that's such a crazy, what you call it? That's a crazy type of mentality. Because people are afraid, like
True.
just in general, right? Of the unknown, but also afraid to just grow and build and create, which I never understood why. Because if the fear stops you from doing that stuff, but what if like you do that stuff and you end up in a better place than you were prior to that?
Yep.
Why are people afraid of success?
I mean, there's this book
growth.
called Outwitting the Devil.
Outliving. You said outliving the devil?
No, Outwitting.
Oh, outwitting. Okay.
Yeah, a book called Outwitting the Devil by Napoleon Hill. And he says that fear is a tactic that's used by the devil, or if you want another word for it, negative energy. Because when I look at the world, like, it's nothing but energy. Everything's made out of energy, and the only two energies that are out there are positive energy and negative energy.
Mm-hmm.
And so I like to think of God being that positive energy and the devil, being that negative energy. And so what they were saying in this book is that the negative energy, the devil, uses fear to control the minds of humanity. And fear is just false evidence appearing real. So,
when I heard that definition, bro, I'm like, because fear is also like shit that people are afraid of shit that doesn't even happen or hasn't happened yet.
Yep.
It might not even happen or it might not even like exist. So when I remember hearing that, I was like, oh shit, like we're really sucking ourselves out and living in that negative energy.
Mm-hmm.
So I was like, fuck, man. Like, I mean, I get the fear. I guess it kind of keeps you on your toes a little bit.
Yep.
But at the same time, you shouldn't like let that like ground you and keep you in a certain in one place. You know what I mean?
It should motivate you.
Yeah. Well, it should, but a lot of people it doesn't. You know what I mean? So
Right.
how do you talk to people when they let fear fucking run their whole, I don't want to say existence, but like their whole mind frame?
Yeah. I mean, for me, and I feel like a lot of people can relate, as a skateboarder, when we run up to like a 10 stair or 5 stair or a rail or a ramp or whatever it may be, like you're scared. The first time you do something, like you feel the sense of fear. Like it's pretty evident that you're fearing what you're about to do.
Yeah.
But after you do the trick, after you go down the ramp, after you jump down the stairs, as a skateboarder, you realize, oh, there was nothing to be scared of. I'm gonna go do this over and over again until I land what I want to land, and the fear is gone. So for me, it's like realizing like fear is an illusion. And if for people who maybe are held back by fear, I always go back to this, is like program your mind accordingly. Like if you want to overcome your fears, if you want to do the things that are extraordinary, because I feel like every ordinary person has the potential to become extraordinary.
Oh no, that's definitely the truth. Yeah.
They just have to program their mind accordingly.
So to program your mind, I'm pretty sure that might be different for everybody, but for you, what have you done, or what steps, or whatever, or have you done to, I guess, program your mind?
Well, the mind's like a computer, right? Like what you input will output into your life. So if you're inputting Netflix every night, boring shit, entertainment, you're gonna output boring shit and entertainment in your life, like drama. But if you're inputting knowledge like books and personal development, and you're putting earphones on in the morning and listening to positive affirmations, and you're just inputting into all your senses through your sight, what you see, what you hear, even to the point of what you taste. Like, what are you eating? Are you eating organic, healthy foods, or are you eating junk food, right? So like everything you intake into the body and mind will be made to the output like a computer. So for me, it's like I just threw everything out in the trash. Like I used to play video games. Now I'm going back into video games just because I've wired my mind so well that it's not going to be rewired just from a couple of video games. But at first, I totally had to sacrifice everything. I sacrificed playing video games. I sacrificed watching Family Guy. I used to love watching Family Guy.
Family Guy's funny as fuck.
It's funny as fuck. I love it. But I sacrificed it because I asked myself, is this something that's going to benefit me? Is this something that's going to progress me?
Yeah.
And so when I asked myself that, I was like, no, anything in my life that wasn't progressing me to becoming the person I want to be, I had to take out. And then now, whenever there's something on, if someone's watching Family Guy, I'll watch with them. Like now I could do that. But there's a point in your life where you have to sacrifice everything if you really want to live, a life of your dreams.
That's crazy. that's a real level of like another level of sacrifice. You know what I mean? It's like, damn.
Everything.
Yeah. No, seriously. Everything. It's almost. I guess it's almost like starting like blank slate.
Yep.
So I guess I would compare it to that, a blank slate. But even that's what I was saying. Like, people, they get comfortable where they're at.
And the older you are, like the longer that wiring has been connected, and the harder it is to rewire your mind. And when you're younger, it's a little bit easier because that wiring is like
still new, right?
It's still new, so you can easily shift your mind by doing that. So when you're older, you're gonna have to sacrifice a little bit longer in order to rewire that mind.
That makes sense.
So
but I mean, if you really want results,
if you really want results,
if you really want to do or be whatever you want to be, I think that would be in your best interest to do something like that.
Yeah.
Because it's funny, because people are like, yo, I want to be like this guy, I want to be like so-and-so, because they only see the end product, right?
Yep.
They only see like, oh, the freaking money, the cars, whatever the case may be, whatever they follow. It's like, damn, this dude or this chick, they got 1 million followers, they got $1 million. And like they don't understand that like a person like just like you sacrificed everything, or they sacrificed everything, they sacrificed sleep or whatever they want to sacrifice to get to where they're at, you know what I mean? So that's a crazy big deal. Yes. Real crazy big deal.
Sleep too. You say sacrifice sleep, that's something I sacrificed for a while. You know, waking up early, going to bed late, like, and it goes back to what we talked about at first. Do you love what you do? Right? Because if you don't love what you do, you're not going to stay up to 4 a.m. working on it.
Yeah, that's true.
That's not going to happen. Like, you're going to be like, what the fuck am I doing to 4 a.m.? I'm going to sleep. But if you love what you do, like for me, I love what I do, so I work till 4 a.m. Like, I remember like just going to sleep because of how tired I was, but I just kept going because I really wanted to progress. I really want to finish what I'm working on. And so I think passion has a huge play into what you do. Like, if you're going to sacrifice everything, at least do it around something you love to do. You know?
At least, right? That's the least you can do for yourself.
For yourself.
Because a lot of people don't even do that. They don't even give themselves that.
Yeah.
How crazy is that to me? That bugs me the most. That bothers me the most. I be getting mad. Like, people are, I'm not saying they're wasting their lives, but they're possibly wasting a lot of time doing things that, I don't know, out of whatever, where they could be following passion, following like what they love and stuff like that. And I'm like, yo, damn, like, what do you tell those people? It's like, yo, like, especially if they're comfortable, like, you know what I mean? Yep. But they know deep down inside it's not what they should be fucking doing.
Yep.
It's fucking wild.
Time is your most valuable asset. You know?
Yeah.
Like, I just hired an assistant because I don't want to waste my time going to the grocery store. I don't want to waste my time, like, scheduling meetings. I don't want to waste my time on these little things that I can hire someone $12 an hour to do when I can focus on making $1,000 an hour, right? So like time is a very valuable asset, and at first you have to use that asset in order to get what you want. You have to use your time. That's why I say stay up to 4 a.m. and all this stuff. But eventually, once you do that long enough, you get to the point where you can hire other people so you can use less of your time and still produce the same result.
That's crazy, but that's awesome at the same time. You know what I'm saying? Like literally, because you can't multiply yourself. You know what I'm saying? You can't be two places at one time. Mm-hmm. And like you said, your time is a fucking asset. Or it could be an asset if you make it an asset.
It is. I think it's your most valuable asset. I think that's all you got. All you got is time, and it's ticking. It's ticking away every day. How are you using it? Is it an asset or is it just a waste?
That's what I'm saying. Like, that to me is such a crazy
concept.
Yeah. You know what I mean? People...
Time's not even real either.
No, that's a different conversation, bro. Like, that's a different conversation. But yeah. What do you... matter of fact, fuck it. What do you mean by that? Because I don't know what the fuck you mean by that.
Time is an illusion. Ainstein...
Okay. Explain this.
Yeah, this is a hard explanation, but Einstein created he created the theory of relativity. Okay. And basically it means like time is slower in different, like, or faster in different places in space. Depending, it's relative to how fast you're moving. So have you ever noticed when you're in, like, back in the day when you were in school, time took forever. Like the clock was just like it was just counting down. I'm like, fuck. I feel like I can't wait for the bell to ring. I feel like it's been an hour. It's only been 10 minutes. And then have you felt when you go do something you love to do and you're like, oh my god, are you having fun with friends? You're like, dude, the time just flew by.
It's always when you're having fun. That's
right?
When you say time flies
because your energy is moving faster. And when your energy is moving faster, time seems to go faster. But when you're not loving what you do, time seems to go slower. And so time is relative to the person. It's different for everybody.
Get the fuck out of here. No way.
It is.
No fucking way. That's a crazy concept, I'm not gonna lie. But it also makes sense. Because you use that fucking analogy of time flying when you're having fun.
Yup.
Because it's always when you're having fun.
Go to the DMV and see how long it takes you for that hour compared to you going out drinking with your boys, what that hour feels like. It's two different things.
It's gonna be the next thing. We have to do a fucking experiment. We have to do a fucking experiment on that. But that's some crazy shit though. I guess I could see like where that theory could hold its ground.
And the reason why I say time doesn't exist is because all we have is now, like the present moment. And when you think about the future, when you think about the past, like it was just another moment where you were in the now, right? Like you're in the now, and then a couple seconds pass by, you're in the now. When you look back, it was just another time that you were in the now, so all of it was just a present moment. You're experiencing it as time because that's how this game of life is made for us to experience it as. So that we can create and we can figure out things.
That's fucking crazy, yo. Einstein's a fucking evil genius, bro.
I wouldn't say evil, but yeah, definitely genius. And maybe evil. I mean, the atom bomb.
Man,
like the atomic bomb was pretty.
Well, actually, made that wasn't evil, but you know, there's always people that take a great invention and want to fucking turn it into some fucked up shit anyway. So.
Well, he came up with the concept E equals MC squared, right?
Yes.
And that's energy equals everything. And at the time, he couldn't prove it. Like he could prove it with mathematical equations, but he couldn't prove it in science. But now, with the technology we have, we actually take the microscopes and we look down to every single particle that makes up the matter that we think is matter, and it's all energy that's just vibrating. So he was right. He was right the whole time. You know, everything is energy. It's just vibrating in different frequencies.
That's crazy. He knew that without even seeing it.
Yup. He was tapped in to that higher power.
Literally, like
tapped into the universe.
It's like knowing his destiny without even seeing that shit. Like, yo, how crazy! Like my man was ahead of his fucking time.
Exactly.
Speaking of time.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? Like, yo,
there is no time, right?
yo, you know what's crazy, Marco? That shit's fucking wild to me. I have never heard anyone say anything like that. But, you know, if someone was to say that shit, I'm like, yo, get the fuck out of here, you're an idiot. But like the fact that you're able to explain it in such a manner, it's like, yeah, that makes sense. You know what I mean? Like,
makes you question things, huh?
It really does. But I mean, that's a good thing, though, right?
Amazing thing.
We need to question everything.
Exactly.
Anyway, as human beings, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I do that all the time. I'm like, yo, how the fuck did we get here? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
dude, the power is in the question, man. So many people want success. So many people want $1 million, but they don't even ask themselves how to get it. They ask themselves once, but they're not. If they're not obsessed with the question, like, okay, how do I do this? How do I build this business? How do I make this money? How do I live this life? How do I drive that car? And just continue asking questions and continue searching and researching and just letting the universe know this is what you want, this is the answers you need. The answers will then come to you. But so many people don't ask the questions, they just say, oh, man, I wish I could do that. I wish I had that life.
Yeah,
I think
that happens way too often.
I think the question leads to the answer, you know? And if you want the answer, ask the right question.
Ooh. That's fucking a crazy concept. Because sooner or later, you're going to ask the right question. Not for nothing. Sooner or later, as long as you keep asking questions, the right question is going to pop up.
Have you seen The Matrix?
Yes.
Have you seen all three?
Yes. And I believe we're in the fucking Matrix.
yeah.
That's what you're going to get?
I mean,
I fucking believe that shit. I'm
so.
just waiting for motherfuckers to wake the fuck up. Like, come on, man. What are we doing right now, guys?
Yeah.
But that's a crazy concept, too.
I was gonna say, like, just because in the Matrix, the first movie, Trinity told Neo, like, it's the question that brought you here. And
yeah, but what was the question?
The question, what is the Matrix? That was his question.
And
that's how he found out. That's how he figured out. And what is the Matrix? Same thing with what I asked when I was first starting off, like, what is life? Like, what really is life? Because it's obviously a lot more than meets the eye. Like, it's not what our parents, our teachers told us it was. There's so much more.
Yeah.
And so when you ask about, like, what's life, why am I here, what's my purpose, you'll get answers. You know, if you ask it long enough and you put enough emotion behind it, you'll get the answers from the universe.
That's some fucking, like, it's just crazy, yo. Because I've been always that kid, right? I always ask questions. Even if I know the answer, I ask it just to see what the answer is going to be given back to me. Just to see. Maybe I was taught wrong, or maybe I read it wrong, or maybe someone has different information that I don't fucking have. But I always ask a question just to ask a question, because knowledge is knowledge, man. It just depends what you do with it. At that point, to me, so I'm like, alright, cool. You never know, because you could always learn something fucking new
every day.
I never doubt that. I'll never doubt that. It's just a crazy concept that people are also afraid to ask questions.
That's where fear comes into it, you know?
Like, I don't care. Like, people always tell me there's no such thing as a stupid question. But if you ask a question, people will look at you like, yo, are you stupid? I'm like, what do you mean? Like, I just don't know the answer. If I knew the answer, I wouldn't be asking this question.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? But at the same token, I just feel bad that people get looked at or ridiculed because they want to know things or they ask questions. You know what I mean?
I mean, you should look at who's ridiculing you, though, right? Are they sheep? Are they people that are just part of the system, or is it like successful people? Because when you look at successful people, they ain't ridiculing you. Like, majority of them, I mean, unless you're looking at like some guy who's just a dick. But for the most part, successful people, like, they never talk down on other people. They always try to help people. They always try to give out their advice on success and how others can do the same. So I think it's like important to be aware of who's the one ridiculing you because you're asking those questions.
That's also true. That's also a big thing too. Like, where's that shit coming from?
Like, who cares what the teacher that gets paid $1,000 a year that makes you feel bad for asking a question?
No, you're right. You're totally right. Totally.
Now, if you have like 10 millionaires who are making millions of dollars a year and they ridicule for asking a question, then there's a reason to feel bad. but that's not gonna happen. That's a very low chance that that's gonna happen. Actually, I don't even think there is a chance of that being happening.
Yeah, man. So this whole episode is about time, bro. This is I'm fucking like. Yo, there's so much about that. Like, yo, we could go on forever, actually.
We really can.
Talking about time and shit like that. It's so crazy, man. Like, I still like, yo, dead ass. I sit at home like, yo, if I was never here at this time, at this moment, like, I would have never met you guys. I would have never cut your hair. If this never came to fruition, you never, like, yo, none of this shit would happen. It's like, yo, it's all about timing, man.
It's all about timing, divine timing.
Yo, seriously, man, seriously. And like everyone back at home in New Jersey is like, yo, you're gonna go there, you're going to California, why are you gonna go to California, blah, blah, blah. Like, yo, I don't fucking know. I don't know. I gotta do something, man. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I can't just do this. There's nothing against
your intuition.
I guess, so. I just had a feeling that, like, the skill set that I had and the confidence that I had in my skill set, I could just do what I did at home, but here, knowing that California and the people here, I feel like we're much more helpful, or much more like in tune to stuff like that. You know what I mean? So it's like, why not? And if shit hits the fan, then you go back to square one. Yep. But I'm like, I'm not trying to make shit hit the fan.
Yep.
I don't want shit to hit the fan at all. So for me, it's like, yeah, we gotta do what you gotta do at this point. So I mean,
what you gotta do.
So far, so good, man.
That's good to hear.
I mean, it's such a crazy thing, man. That, like, I can't even describe it. It's just like to bring us to this point. You know what I mean? To me, it's fucking crazy. It's fucking crazy, bro.
It's that divine timing, bro.
It is, man. And like, I don't believe in shit like that, but the fact that this is like living proof, like, man, this is kind of wild.
I believe everything happens for a reason.
Oh, I believe that too. I totally believe that. And I just, I just hope that moving forward, that we could just keep building and building till something like really great to help people happens. Like, so at the end of the day, you're helping me, and I want to help other people. Shit like that. It's like
You know how many people are gonna watch this and be like, "Damn, I want to be a barber just like Booby. Like this is my passion. He's fucking doing what he loves, fucking cutting hair here on the fucking penthouse.
I hope so.
Making a podcast. Like this guy is inspiring me and motivating me to do it for myself.
I hope so.
That's the goal.
Because honestly, being a barber is not one of the sexiest things no more. Or it's starting to become cool. But like, in all reality, no one's coming like, yo, I want to be a fucking barber. It's always one of those last resort things. Damn, I can't do this. I don't know how to do that. Fuck, I'll be a barber. And I was like, yo, knowing that, I'm like, damn, yo, we get no love, bro. Like, you know what I mean? It's like, I want to be an entrepreneur. That's what they want to do. They want to be this. They want to be that. But like, fuck it. You want to be a fucking barber? Maybe. If this falls through, I'll be a barber and shit. Like, fuck, man. Okay, I guess. Can you back a little more?
Yeah.
But to me, I mean, I'm fucking lucky. I'm fucking lucky and blessed.
That's what you love to do.
Yes. And like, honestly, like, that's what my fucking main thing is. Like, I would like anyone and everyone that I encounter, like, yo, to follow their fucking passions, man.
Yeah, because so many people say they want to be an entrepreneur, but they don't really want to. They just want the results.
They just like the idea of it, right?
Mm-hmm.
I feel that. I definitely feel it. Like, that goes back to what we were saying earlier. Like, yo, people want to be with these people because they see the end result.
Yep.
They don't know how many times they got rejected or how many times this shit happened or they ate shit. It's like, yo, like you said, being a skateboarder, man, like, yo, you can't be a good skateboarder unless you ate shit
Yep.
multiple times.
Yep.
So with that being said, it's like, yo, what the fuck? It's part of the process, right?
I love that. I'm about to use that in the book. You can't be a great skateboarder without eating shit multiple times.
Yeah, no, and that's what like you said, being a freaking look. You're going back to what you said earlier too, like being a successful CEO, right? Like
Yeah.
that shit, like you had to endure the struggle.
Mm-hmm.
Cause it's hand in hand. You can't know success without failure, right? You can't know fucking what it is to be eating shit, or how it was, So to me, man, that's a big part. I always think.
Yeah, you can't just want to win the lottery. So many people want to just win the lottery. It's like even if you do win the lottery, you're gonna go broke in like 5 years.
Yeah, that's a statistic. Yeah,
it is. Yeah, because you don't know how to use the money. Like you gotta learn how to use the money. You gotta like go through failure and work your way up to that point where if you do make millions of dollars, you're keeping that shit. You're making more with it. You're not spending it on stupid stuff.
That's the whole goal, though, right? To keep that.
Yeah. To have that money make you more money.
So you might have to be a financial advisor too. But that's very important, man. Like people think making that money or getting to that money is the most important part. I mean, it's a big part of the journey, but once you get that money, how are you gonna keep that shit?
This money's gonna go in or out, one way or the other.
Yep.
Doesn't just stay.
That's a big fact. So you just gotta figure out what you wanna do, how to keep that money. It's crazy, but and it's crazy how that money, it doesn't ruin people, but it does like control people, man. And I don't like that it does that. I guess it should be something.
I don't think it's the money. It's the people. The money is just energy. It just amplifies what people are. If you have a success mindset, money's gonna make you more successful. If you have a poor mindset, money's gonna make you more poor.
That's crazy. That money's gonna make you poor.
Yeah.
How crazy is that? That's a crazy. I'll write that down somewhere. Write that down somewhere. That's a fucking crazy ass.
Poor person will take that and go gamble it and lose more money than they had.
That makes sense. And that's highly possible. Highly possible.
Just one scenario that's very possible.
But that also goes back to what you were saying about the whole someone winning the lottery. That's basically what that is.
Mm-hmm.
Someone wins the lottery and they lose it maybe in a year, not even 5 years.
Yeah, 5 years is kind of nice.
Yeah.
That's just being nice to them. You got the Lambo, that's $250,000. You bought a house, that's like $800,000. If you're in California, that's $1 million right there. You know, one house. And all of a sudden you're like, fuck. I just won the lottery. I just won $1 million in the lottery, but I'm broke now, living in the house. Now I gotta sell my house because I gotta pay for shit. Now I'm back to square one. What the fuck? It's been 2 years.
So let me ask you this: if you were to win $1 million, right?
Mm-hmm.
What would you do with that $1 million? Like right off the bat, invest it, the whole $1 million.
All of it.
All of it.
I don't need it. I don't need to hang on to it. I need it to make more money. I need it to make. I want to make $1 million every month.
That's fucking dope. No, that's serious. I never thought like that, but me too. Like that's a fucking. I definitely want to. Yeah, see that's. But who would like invest it in like what?
For me, I think everybody's different when it comes to investments.
Of course.
For me, as a CEO, like I would invest into my business, start new businesses, probably start my weed bar with that. So yeah, for me it would be businesses. Other people it might be stocks. You know, throw it all on Tesla, you'll make a bunch of money. Like that's a great stock.
It is.
It really is. Like, I just heard one of my clients told me today that this one guy, he put his whole life savings in the Tesla stock, like, the beginning of this year, the end of last year, and he pulled out, he bought in at like $300, the Tesla stock, and he pulled out when it was at like $1,500, the stock. It's like he made...
Holy shit.
He made millions of dollars.
Good for him.
For all the money he invested in. And now, like, you know, he paid off all the stuff he had to pay for, and... So the stock market's cool. You just gotta like, when I think about stocks, I don't think about like, oh, I'm gonna get rich off this. I think about just put money there that I don't even care about losing. And I'll just keep it there until, you know, until I see a big win. It's investing in companies that I feel like are gonna change the world. Like Tesla, I feel like they're changing the world. Electric cars, like what
they're changing the world in a good way too.
In a good way.
Yeah. So like that I guess that's pretty important too, because if they're changing in a good way, I think those companies like that, they're there for the long run, man. They're there for the long run, bro.
Dude, he's changing the industry. He's gonna be in the history books. Elon Musk, if he's gonna be in the history books, damn right I'm gonna invest into this company. Like, it's gonna make a lot of money.
Seriously, that's a fucking fact. That is a big fucking fact.
Right now, Tesla, they did the Tesla stock split, so it's like $390 right now, some shit like that.
What does that mean when they do a stock split?
I just learned that. You know, I really just learned that. They were at like $2,000 and they split the stock, and now it's like at $400. But I think it's gonna continue going up. I guess they do that because like it was getting too high, and I don't know. You can split as a company. You can choose to split the stock whenever you want. So you basically get like 2 shares for people who. I don't know. Honestly, I'm not the best one to explain it because I'm not a stock expert. I just dabble in it.
Hey man, you probably know a lot more than I do. You probably know a lot more than a lot of people that's gonna listen to this and watch this. So it's good to share the knowledge that you do have because it sparks a little interest for other people who want to get in that. Like, oh shit, now they understand a little bit and they can build from there. You know what I mean?
Are you a professional podcast host?
No.
Sounds like it.
Shit, I'm just a professional chopper.
Professional chopper.
Yeah,
Chopping it up.
You know, for real. That's crazy to me, but like, no, but I'm like, this is what this whole thing, and like, I would never not do this. I would I would never have done this if you had some fucked up vibes.
Yeah, I know.
You know what I'm saying? Like, to me, I'm just like, yo, this guy, like, I genuinely feel like you're trying to fucking help me and help people that you're trying to help now. Like, if I thought you were just trying to fucking, I don't know, take advantage of people and stuff like that, I wouldn't even be fucking with you.
Of course.
And like I would just keep it real, like nah, I'm good.
Yep.
You know what I mean? But this is fucking crazy, man. This is some history shit, bro. I ain't gonna fucking lie. This is some history shit, dude. Like, it's kind of, to me, this is very, it's changing, man. Life-changing shit, bro.
Yeah.
To me. I don't know how it is to anyone else, but like,
oh, it definitely changed some lives.
I feel like that this is the reason why California was on my fucking list of places to go.
Wow.
Because like people are meant to cross paths. You know what I'm saying?
1000%.
And then whether they stay or go, that's up to whatever.
It's up to the universe.
Yeah, but like we were supposed to cross paths. Because if I remained back at home, the whole just how we met or even just got into the same fucking barbershop would have never fucking happened.
I just picked the barbershop that was furthest from my place to skate to.
And like, how crazy is that? How like, okay, the farthest one. Let's pick that one.
Yeah.
Normally people won't pick that. They'll pick the closest one. So for that even being said, yo, that's fucking crazy to me, bro.
Because when I do what is hard, I always know, like, if you do what's hard, life will reward you. That's just how it is. And it's funny, like having, you know, a relationship with you is rewarding, and see where this goes, what this podcast goes. Like, you know, you're a good person, so meeting a good person, and especially a barber, like, when you meet someone that you have to, like, constantly, like, build a relationship with, like, cutting hair is something that's regular. And, you know, I want to make sure, like, you know, if I find a barber, I gotta find a barber that has that positive energy, that's grateful, that has, like, the same, who can have conversation with me, you know? Like, some people can't have conversation. Like, they're just like, oh, what the fuck? The shit that I talk about time, they wouldn't even be able to, like, comprehend. They're just like, oh, shit.
I'm not saying I comprehend it, but I accept it. There's a difference. I don't understand what the fuck you're talking about, but I get it. I dig it. Like, but at the same time, it's like.
But you're open-minded enough to even like converse.
But you know what's crazy? I'm gonna tell you this one thing. Like, I was never like that before. Prior.
Yeah.
Like, I go dead ass. Like, before my mom passed, like, I was like, I don't give a fuck about it. Anyone else's opinion, I don't give a shit. But like her passing, it really opened my eyes perspective, because that whole time thing took into place. Like a lot of shit, because I felt like, yo, like this is how my mother would want me to be. You know what I'm saying? And that goes to the time, right? Because like you were talking about earlier, is because I worked so fucking hard, because like doing her chemo sessions and shit like that, like we needed money, because my dad wasn't working, my sister was working, and I was working. My mom was collecting Social Security, but that wasn't shit. My dad's collecting retirement, that ain't shit. Chemo's expensive, so I'm not gonna lie, I spent a lot of time in the barbershop, not because I wanted to cut hairs, like I had to cut hair to make money, to make ends meet.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? And like I kind of regret that, because it took away time from my mother while she was doing all that. But at the same time, she was like, you know what I'm saying? Like she told me this before she passed. She was like, yo, I want you guys to be good before I go. And I never understood what that meant. And I was a fucking adult when like she passed, you know what I'm saying? So like to me, when she told me, I was like, what the fuck are you talking about? Like, and now, like, this is bringing back that fucking, those thoughts. Because this is the shit that I would have never been in California if she was still alive. You know what I'm saying? I'll still be back at home. Like, I would have never, you know, decided to take my career to another level and start doing shit like that. Mm-hmm. So like, in a way, I don't want to say I'm grateful that she passed, but she knew what she was fucking doing. Because she was like, she told me before she passed, she was like, I just want to go while I'm sleeping, and I want to make sure you guys are good. And I never understood at the time, but every now and then I think about it, because all those events was in 2013 led to now. You know what I'm saying? Led to like this very moment. Maybe not this specific moment, but like this moment.
That's insane.
You know what I mean? Like, it's just like a series of events. Just boom, boom, happening. Now, we're here. So now, like, the whole time we're talking about time and being grateful and not wasting time and finding your purpose and finding your passion. And it's like, yo, just like you like helping people, I want to do the same way, but I just trying to find that way through, I guess, barbering and cutting hair.
And your passion.
I think we're on the right path.
Oh yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I think we're on you know, we're starting something here, and I think that we could do a lot of fucking good together and as individuals. So like I'm fucking with it, bro. like I'm fucking with it, man. This
That's
is fucking
beautiful.
wild. Like it's fucking wild to me, man. Like
It's amazing.
I'm mad grateful. Like yo, crazy shit. I'm mad grateful. I met your whole team, dude. You know what I'm saying? Through fucking something I love to do.
Yeah, that's amazing.
You know what I mean?
I can't wait to see what this podcast does for others, because I think it's gonna help people that are, you know, that were in your shoes, you know.
I hope so, man. That's the least I could do. Like you said earlier, yo, just leaving a legacy.
Mm-hmm.
Shit. And I don't even have to make a big legacy. If it becomes big, it becomes big. But if it does what it's supposed to do, then, you know, I'll be alright.
Hey, you can inspire someone that changes the world.
Yeah. That'd be dope.
You never know.
That'd be fucking dope. And like you said, like you never know. Hell yeah, you never know. But for the same token, fuck it, man. We gotta breed them. We gotta wake them up, man. You know what I'm saying? Like,
true.
We gotta wake them up. Like it goes back to what you were saying about that whole shit about being open-minded, yo. Like the conversation that we have and the ones that we had prior to this, yo, a lot of people won't even understand that. And not even only not understand that, they won't even acknowledge stuff like that just because. You know what I mean? Woo! Hell yeah, that feels good. That's that fucking.
That's how you know it works.
That's the closing credits right there.
That's awesome.
Hold on 1 second. This is fucking the cleanest one yet. I think it's because it's the fucking video.
Yep.
Made me fucking extra crispy today. Extra barbecue chicken.
Woo! Episode 1, chopping it up with my boy Boobie.